The BBC's China correspondent John Sudworth has relocated from Beijing to Taiwan following pressure and threats from the Chinese authorities. In the wake of his departure, Chinese state media outlets are continuing to run stories attacking John for his coverage of Xinjiang and the origins of the coronavirus. Well, let's speak to John now, who joins us from Taipei. John, good to see you safe and sound. Just tell us a little bit more about why you left.
Well, Yelda, as you say, it's an unusual backdrop. That's the Taipei skyline behind me. I'm currently in the 2 weeks compulsory quarantine that Taiwan has, of course, imposed. Why am I here? Well, it won't come as any surprise to you that as a result of my reporting over the last few years on subjects that you've mentioned there, Xinjiang, the origins of the virus, Hong Kong, those sorts of sensitive stories for China, we have come under increasing pressure from the authorities, but that has really intensified in recent weeks and months, including a pretty intense propaganda campaign targeted not just at the BBC, but at me personally and at my reporting. We have faced legal threats and increased surveillance and harassment whenever and wherever we try to film. And given those risks and difficulties, very reluctantly, we decided, along with the BBC, that we should relocate, that we had kind of reached a limit. And as a result, we are now here in Taipei. Interestingly, even our departure, followed by plainclothes policemen through the departure hall of the airport. So a reminder right to the very end, if you like, of the grim reality of reporting in China today.
John, just tell us what the pressure was like for you and the family.
Well, of course, as a reporter in China, it is part of the picture. It goes with the territory, if you like. We are not unique in facing this kind of pressure. And you make a calculation about it. And for a long time, as I say, it was part of the backdrop. We were used to the pressure over visas, for example, severely curtailed visas being awarded not just to me, but other foreign journalists, renewals often right at the point of expiry. A deliberate tactic of uncertainty to pressure journalists. But in recent weeks, I think there's no doubt it's intensified. And of course, it's unpleasant trying to report and do your work in that kind of environment. But it is important, I think, to notice that this is part of a pattern. This path to Taiwan is now, sadly, a fairly well-trodden one. There are other foreign journalists for international news organizations based here now after expulsions that have taken place in recent years. The American networks and newspapers now have very few reporters inside China. Australian news organizations, none at all. So that gives you a sense of the decreasing space in China for foreign journalism. Of course, most worryingly, at a time when the world needs to know what is happening there more than ever.
John, well, we are incredibly proud of your reporting. Thank you very much for giving us a sense of what it was like there for you. And the BBC has issued a statement on John's relocation from Beijing to Taiwan. John's work has exposed truths the Chinese authorities did not want the world to know. The BBC is proud of John's award-winning reporting during his time in Beijing, and he remains our China correspondent.